first preseason game, celebration, holy cow. You got Trey Lance delivering bombs. Everything's going great. Rookie showing out. Second game, a little more validation on some of those players that continue to look really, really good. And then you get game 3 against the Texans. And man, did we lay a dud. It was awful. But it's not all bad. What's the age-old adage of coaches everywhere? The tape is never as good or as bad as you think it is. Now, we're going to go through all the tape. We got 17 days, 18 if you count today. So we got some time. Now, we're going to go through some positives. We're going to go through a lot of negatives. But here's one of the things that I will say. Every single NFL team gets wake-up calls throughout the season. And this 49ers team is no different. They're going to have some wake-up call games. Whether it's the 2019 49ers that started 9-0, whether it's, the 2021 49ers that made it to the NFC Championship, it's a roller coaster. It's never just amazing. Now, maybe best case scenario, this 49ers team right now can use this in a game that doesn't count on the stat sheet or whatever, can use this as an opportunity to check yourself. Now, you do have a young quarterback. You got 3 new starters on the interior of the offensive line. How much of a check do you really, really need? That's a good question. But the 49ers got wrecked today. And I think it started up front. Football comes down to 2 very simple things. How good are your lines? How good is your quarterback? The rest is good. And sometimes you can get some game-changing players that can help, get you to the point where you can overcome some deficiencies. And I think we have those with guys like Kittle and Debo and, whatever else. But it's offensive, defensive line, and it's quarterback play. Well, let's look at today. Our offensive line was trash. Not even like good. And it wasn't even the first team offensive line, which I don't want to call them first team, but you did have 3 starters out there, Brindle, Banks, and Burford. They weren't good. They were not good. The outside tackles were way worse. Jalen Moore was just straight up awful, which I've never said that he was a tackle. I know he played tackle for his, I think it was Western Michigan. He never should have played tackle. He should be a guard. And so putting him at left tackle, the school looked a million times better than him, but school looked bad too. You look at Poe, who I'm in love with and everybody's in love with. He looked bad. And so not consistently bad. Man, Brock Purdy is just, this is hilarious, this play right here that's happening. Throw the ball, keep it in bounds. Nope, he runs out of bounds with no time left on the clock, which is fitting. Final score 17-0, way worse than that. Now, for me, I got all these pages and notes. My son that had his football game tonight. So for like the first 3 quarters of the game, I was sitting up in the stands, watching on my phone, taking notes, still being a good dad, or at least trying to, trying to make sure we got all that out. And we'll go through some of these notes because there's some things I want to highlight. But again, our offensive line was bad, very, very bad, top to bottom. Nobody came out with a clean sheet. Now, once we go through the film and we watch it, we're going to break down a little bit more, but it was bad. Our defensive line, not great. We did get some pressure. We did get some hits with the quarterback. A lot of our defensive ends stood out very, very well. Interior defensive line, not good. Really, really bad. Ridgeway had some promising plays, but not consistent. Givens, man, who's kind of our number 3 guy, he was getting bullied out there. So, you can't just depend on Ken Law and Eric Armstead. They're not going to be out there all the time. Linebacker play, not great. And we had a lot of injuries too on top of that. So Oren Burks left with a knee. Curtis Robinson had a lower leg, I think an ankle issue, but that was an issue. Tarvarius Moore, I think, was a concussion, but he kind of got, he seemed to be okay on the sidelines. And then we had one more injury, Akeem Spence concussion as well, another defensive interior guy. And they got bullied. That's all there is to it. This defense got pushed around 100%. Then you look at quarterback play. Not great. Not great from any of them. And it was funny because as soon as Purdy started looking good, then all of a sudden he throws just a blatant interception that just made no sense. And everybody's like, oh, okay. It was just an ugly game on offense. Running backs couldn't do anything. I thought Jeff Wilson Jr. looked the best in his first 2 drives, just getting tough yards. Yeah, and Melissa, it was good. Juwan Jennings made a couple good plays. Charlie Warner made a couple good plays. Roz Dwelly, he's my offensive MVP. If I'm picking one player on offense that stood out, Roz Dwelly. I thought he looked great. He had those 3 catches. What was his final stat line? 3 catches, 42 yards. So he led the team in receptions, led the team in yards, and man, just looked really, really good. It made some really, really tough plays, some tough catches, and had some good blocks. He just seems all over the place. I think I've got to say Roz Dwelly is going to be my tight end 3 choice. I doubted him early. And so I want to apologize to Dwelly and the duct tape family for my doubts early. I had Croft winning that one, but I think I'm wrong. I really think I'm wrong. I think he got that. Special teams. Okay, here we go. This is a player of just special teams. This is player of the day, baby. Mitch, what are you saying, Wisnowski? Again, another guy I have been completely out on. Contract year Mitch. He's playing for that money. By far, the best punting game I have ever seen from him, top to bottom. He did not have a bad punt. First punt was good, not great. No return inside the 20. Second punt was perfect, absolutely perfect. Third punt was crazy deep. Then he had that one that should have been down at the 1 or 2, and like 5 guys juggled the ball. So, like, hey, you looking for positives? Hey, special teams. How many? We had one positive special teams game last year, and that came in the NFC divisional round against the Packers. But man, we're 3 games into this preseason. Special teams looking pretty damn good. We could say that last year. So again, it's a bad game, and there's a lot of negatives to take away. And we're going to take those away from them, and we're going to dissect those and see where we can learn. But special teams, holy cow. What if we have an actual positive, DVOA punting special teams group? That's huge. Manuel, he says, I think the Niners needed this. Definitely a humbling experience. It happens to every team at every level at some point during the season. And I think we're the 49ers to get another one. I don't think this 49ers team, as much as I like them, there's just so much inexperience up the middle of that offense. There's going to be some difficulties. It's just going to happen. Trey Lance is young. He's 22. Now let's talk about Trey's game. Actually, hold on. Before we do that, one more player of the game, and that's on the defensive side. Kamika Toure, number 53. That dude has played as consistently great week 1 of the preseason, week 2 of the preseason, week 3 of the preseason. He has balled out, crazy energy, amazing versus the run. You brought him in as just an additional pass rusher. That's not what he's done. What he has done has just been solid in the run game with incredible effort. So he played awesome. Charles Omenihu, I wanted to put him on there, but he had some negative plays. But, Charles Omenihu, who's playing his old team, he had 2 sacks. That was awesome. Violent sacks as well. His speed to power move is just getting prettier and prettier and prettier.